my little things and I see like, oh, like you don't have that little piece of back that you had 2 weeks ago when you were dancing, and I'm just like, okay, loves, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be filming kind of a self-love kind of tips video, but more like self-love tips to help you lose weight. I guess I'm probably gonna name it that. But anyways, for me personally, I think you're just like your mental health and your physical health are like here and here. Mental health might even be here, like, to be honest. I feel like you can't achieve one without the other and vice versa. So I just wanted to do a video on that because I just think it's so important. And honestly, for my fitness journey, I feel like it was the difference. I feel like for me, I had to get my mind right before I could get my like body right. Like, I've tried to start like this fitness journey that I'm on now 101 times. Like, I've like started going to the gym, started eating a little better, and then it just all went. And I think this time the difference really was that I was finally in a mental space where it made sense, and I was one with myself. So I think it's just too important to dismiss that part. A lot of times we try to like think that if we get our physical right, that we'll feel better, and that's not the case. And especially like for women, I feel like we think that if we look a certain way, we're gonna feel a certain way, and that's not the case. You're gonna look a certain way because you feel a certain way. Like, there are people who weigh 600 pounds who feel great about themselves and go out into the world fine. And then there's people who are 110 pounds and feel shitty. Like, it's really like, you're not going to be, smaller does not mean happier. So I feel like that's so important. I feel like when I was starting my fitness journeys before, I was just so obsessed with the idea of being small that it kind of took away from the experience and the fitness journey in itself. And I think it's so much more important. And I feel like this time when I was getting started with my fitness journey as I am now, I feel like I took into consideration that like I am who I am, and I can't, like, despite how I look, that it doesn't change who I am as a person, and that matters so much more. And I feel like that was the difference this time. I think this time going into it, I wasn't thinking about it like I have to get smaller to be better. I was thinking I know who I am now. I know I could be happy this way, but I also could be a little bit happier that way. And I feel like that's a whole different conversation with yourself. Your mental health is too important. And I feel like until you get your head right, you're never going to get your like physical right. And maybe, I'm not saying you won't lose weight, because you still, like, obviously you could still lose weight. I just feel like, are you going to stay on your routine? Are you going to be consistent? Probably not. You just have to, I just think being one with yourself and your body is just too important. And I feel like when I was getting started with this fitness journey, I just really like prioritized that. And like I said, and I've said in all my chit chat videos, for the most part, is that like I said, like, I'll take breaks and stuff, and I just feel like right there, like, that's my mental health being put first. Because I think, yeah, like, I just don't want to be the kind of person who thinks that like my physical is more important to my mental, and I just don't feel like anyone should. So that's kind of what this video is about, and I just wanted to give you guys some tips on how I practice my self-love in ways that help me lose weight. And I hope this video is helpful and interesting. So be sure to like this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe below, and let's just get into it. My first tip, and I think this is gonna be a little like, this one's also kind of like a workout, I guess, but I often like, when I tell you guys often, like, I don't even want to like I'm not even exaggerating, I often have solo dance parties in my room. So basically, I have a playlist full of songs that just get my heart pumping. My volume down. So I have a list of like, I have a playlist on my phone that I have a playlist on my phone that has like songs that get my heart pumping, that make me want to dance, for that footwork in. And then that's kind of the playlist I go to all the time. And just kind of just when I'm feeling up to it, or like I haven't gone to the gym that day, or I'm about to go to the gym, I need to warm up, I'll just be in my room really getting it. Like, I really like to listen to like for instance, like Meg Thee Stallion before, like, when I'm doing these dance parties, and I just, you know, get myself feeling good. And then just get myself feeling like, and then like the whole time I have my dance party, I do it in the mirror, because you just need to look at yourself sometimes. I feel like for me, like when I was on my fitness journeys before, and I was like the ones that failed basically, I wasn't prioritizing loving myself as I am. I was just too focused on the future love I could have for myself if I looked a certain way. So this time around, it's just too important to me to not fail. So I'm doing the right, basically, and I'm just like acknowledging every like transformation, every like sense I was in. Like I feel like now, like I always just like, even if I only lose like 2 pounds, I'm always just like, you know what, bitch, you look good. Or if I gain 2 pounds, I'm like, you still look good. Because you know what, I still look good. Like period. And then that's what I do. And then like in doing so, I feel like I'm more in tune to my body. And like I could tell what's changing. Yes, just come in. You already answered. And then so yeah. So the time around is just too important for me to get it right. So, and I feel like when I'm looking in the mirror and dancing and stuff, I'm just like seeing my body more. So like I notice when it changes more, which is also a good thing, because now I can like, when I'm doing my little things and I see like, oh, like you don't have that little piece of back that you had 2 weeks ago when you were dancing, and I'm just like, okay. So it's like little victories. Like it's nice. Like I highly recommend you, and also it's fun. Do things that are fun. Not all parts of your fitness journey need to be boring and dull and bland and strict and whatever awful word you're thinking of in your head when you think of fitness journeys. It has to be fun. You have to want to do it. It has to, something has to bring you back. And I just feel like doing these sometimes is therapeutic and it's mad fun. And by the time I'm done, honestly, most of the time I'm sweating, which is like funny. But like, I'll just be looking at myself like, girl, you're really dripping from dancing in your room. And it's just like, it's like, yeah, I am. But it's nice, and I highly recommend. My next tip is to listen to meditations. This one's not a physical thing, but like I said, we gotta go back to our mental real quick. So I listen to meditations on my phone specifically. I listen to meditations off this app called Insight Timer, and basically like it has different like categories. It's like there's sleep, music, kids, daily, beginners, talks, guides, and there's just a bunch of different ones. Like the one I'm listening to now is, let me find it, Coming Home to Yourself, because I've really listened to the ones that are more about like, you know, just like self-love and being better, like nicer to yourself, because I just think that that's, for me personally, that's like what I need, just to like be less self-critical. And like I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, especially like when you're like on this journey, like you're gonna pick at yourself a lot. And I just feel like when I listen to these, it just makes me feel a little bit better. Sometimes I'll listen to them even while I'm working out. Some of them require you to like fully like meditate, like close your eyes and like envision this and all that, so I can't always do it while I'm at the gym, but like I'll listen to those often, like and I really like that. So, and I think that's a good help, and I just feel like it helps you, like, you know, return to yourself in a different kind of way, like get in touch with your spiritual, and just kind of deepens your desire, like to like, you know, improve the things you don't like about yourself, but also just appreciate the person you are right now. Another tip that I really think is important, which I used to really not do, is take a lot of pictures. Lots of pictures, guys. It seems really like whatever, but like it might seem like really simple, but like taking pictures is so important. Like when I look back now, like especially like when I like try to go do like before and after like collages of myself, I'll look back at like old pictures. I'm like, why don't you have old pictures? Like where are they? Like why can't I find any? And I just feel like it kind of makes me sad when I think about it, because I'm just like, wow, like you didn't even love yourself enough then to take pictures. And like, so now I'm just like, you know what, even if you're not exactly where you want to be, because I'm not, and like even along the way I've just like increasingly been taking more pictures of myself and just kind of like documenting each stage, because like it's more than just the end goal. Like yes, we have an end goal that everyone has an end goal of how they envision themselves, of course, but like it's beyond that. Like you have to appreciate yourself step by step, each phase, like what happened during this time, what did you click then, what were your struggles there. Like you have to be present, basically, like step into your life. So I take pictures just to kind of track, but also just like it makes you feel good. Like feel for yourself for a couple minutes, especially like if you have like mini photo shoots to yourself. Like you should. I do it all the time. I've been doing it, I think I've like heavily stepped this up in the last 2 years, to be honest, taking just more pictures of myself overall. I first started off because I just wanted to like just take more pictures like for like Instagram and stuff like that, but then it like became into like more like for fun. Like sometimes I won't even look that cute when I take pictures, and I'll just take them for fun and just practice poses and stuff, and just like feel myself, I guess. And I just feel like loving yourself is self-love. So it might seem a little shallow or a little like, okay, like you love yourself, but like, yeah, the fuck I do. And yeah, you should too. So yeah, those are my tips. There's not that many, but like I want to be authentic. I don't want to just make up some, but like those are like 3 that I really like and that I feel like really help me come home to myself, as my meditation would say. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you found these self-love tips to lose weight helpful. So I hope you guys try them, especially like the solo dancing. And I just feel like those are going to make you feel good and return to yourself. So I hope you guys enjoy, and if you haven't already, make sure to like this video and subscribe below, and I'll be back with another video shortly.
I'm not with all that. I got chills for days and I got wills for weeks. I bring out the fleet and it